Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. This is a very big tragedy. A side chick has been arrested after a married man who is the CEO of the popular Super TV was killed. And this young man you can actually see there is Michael Usifo. He is the chief executive officer of the Super TV and a director in Super Network Limited, a telecommunications firm. This man has been gruesomely murdered and his alleged side chick has been arrested in relation to his death. Michael, who resides in Banana Island, was reported missing on Sunday, that was last week Sunday, June 13th, 2021. His family and friends realized that he didn't return home on that same Sunday. He lives in the Banana Island and all search to ensure that they get hold of him or even know where he was at that particular day proved abortive. And on Monday, they also realized that he didn't show up in his Victoria Island office. That raised more alarm. It's unlike him. He would always turn up because he's a prompt CEO. They know that he would definitely come to the office. But hours went by. The day was over Monday. They never saw him. He was meant to turn 50 years old June 18, 2021. That's on Friday. Meanwhile, his wife and his children, they all live in Abuja. Unfortunately, after all the search, his lifeless body was found on Friday morning, June 18, 2021, in a flat in Lekki Phase 1 with multiple stab wounds. You can imagine that since on Sunday, they've been looking for this man, unknown to them that he is already dead. Several withdrawals was even made from his account. This is to show that it was someone who already knew him, decided that at gunpoint, took away this money from his account. And aside from that, you can see that he was found with multiple stab wounds on his own body. This person did not just take the money, but he decided to suffer this man to the point of death. Michael, who is married to a manager in the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), is said to have met this side chick about 2 weeks ago and they began a relationship. And also to avoid noisy neighbors, Michael allegedly decided to rent an Airbnb in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, where the boat checked into before the unfortunate incident happened. Following his disappearance, concerned friends, family members, and police, also the DSS operatives, all the way from Abuja, through the efforts of his wife, tracked down the owner of the Airbnb, who received payment from the side chick's bank account into which Michael had previously made a transfer for the payment to. The apartment was broken into and that was where Michael was found dead with multiple stab wounds in his neck, chest and thigh. 5 million naira had been withdrawn from his account before he was killed. Also, the side chick, who was last seen on Tuesday, June 15, 2021, when the murder happened, was equally tracked down and arrested alongside the owner of the Airbnb. Michael was an amateur boxer and reportedly very strong, so his death has come as a shock to friends, knowing that this is not a man that you can easily pin down like that, having to know that he's been into all manner of forms of exercises. He's even into athletic exercises like where people go in to practice for boxing. He does that as well. Also, after the side chick left the apartment following Michael's gruesome death, money began to disappear from Michael's GTB account. The withdrawals only stopped when an email asked for a change in his account details. And with this, GTB Bank put an embargo on the account to prevent any further withdrawal. The mistress is reportedly a prime suspect in Michael's death, as security guards at the rentals confirmed that no third party had visited the lovers besides a dispatched rider who made a delivery. An investigation is still going on and the cause is still unfolding. This is so painful. Why would you do this to this particular man? To start with, if she wanted money, I think this man was capable of giving her the money she wanted. Why go to the extent of killing him? It's such a pity that this man's death happened like this. You know, some of these ladies that are after these married men, all they want is just their money, nothing more than that. Alright, and they said from all indication that he was actually drugged. So you can imagine that they have weakened his system already. If not so, can a woman, a single-handed woman alone without anybody there being an accomplice, because they said there was no third party. From all indication, it was just him and the side chick that was there. So she drugged him to make him very weak that he couldn't do anything to her, and then she now decided to stab him several times on his neck, chest and thigh. Look at how this man has now left the surface of the earth. And if you look at this thing critically, could this be that it was just something that was planned? They lured this man to his own death. They are saying that he met this lady 2 weeks ago. Analyzing this whole thing, is it just really that it is just a lady he met 2 weeks, and then he would now rent an apartment for the lady he met just 2 weeks ago, and he would give himself over like that to this woman? Well, there are different speculations, because it seemed like this was a planned attack on this particular man. Either he was threatened and he was led to go in there to go and make a payment. In 2 weeks you met a lady, and that same week you are now renting an apartment for her. That same week he has disappeared and no one found him or even had a trace of him, all to come and see that this man was found dead in an apartment. If we want to now analyze it one after another, you will come to see that it's either this man was arranged or set up by someone who knew him, and they had to use a lady so as to make it look like he was actually having an extramarital affair. Alright, if he had a side chick, this is a wealthy man, a popular man in Lagos, Nigeria, with his own super TV and the telecommunications. Why were there no reports of him having side chick all this while? His wife doesn't live with him, neither does his kids live with him. Then all of a sudden, he decided to have a side chick within 2 weeks. Guys, are we analyzing these things together too? Because is it very possible that an intelligent, well-educated man like this, some of these men that are very rich are very, very conscious of their security, and some of them don't just give in to people just like that? And how possible is that he had a side chick? No close friend of his had any idea of the side chick. Some of these men would always disclose it to their closest friend. You'll find out that one of his closest friends would be aware that he was dating somebody. But this looks so dicey that you would now start picking 1 and 2 together. Is it that someone who knew him, maybe one of his own friends, had set him up? And then they now want to make it look like this man was having an affair with this particular side chick all along, and he just gave in to her and that was it. How possible can this be? In some cases, it can be true that you meet someone within a short period of time, but renting an apartment within 2 weeks for somebody you just barely know, this man is too intelligent to do something like this if you ask critically. Well, sometimes they said some people or some men can be carried away with ladies. I'm glad that they're carrying out an investigation right now, but it's so painful that on his birthday, that was when they found him dead. At this moment, concluding that he was having an affair with this woman shouldn't be the thing. Proper investigation should be carried out. Since she has been arrested, we are glad that that lady in question has been arrested. She would now confess either they were having an affair or she was even hired. There are possibilities that she was hired and paid by somebody else to carry this job. If we look at this whole thing, also the owner of that apartment had a hand in this. Will this man go and rent an apartment in a particular place where this lady already know? Will this lady tell him where she wants him to rent the apartment? So looking at this whole thing, it's very, very dicey. How is the apartment owner involved if he didn't know anything about this man? It's so obvious that this is a planned thing. He also received his own share of the money. Imagine that, over 5 million given to apartment owner for a job. So come to calculate the whole amount of money they must have withdrawn from the CEO's account. His several accounts, they had made several withdrawals from it. It's so unfortunate that he passed away like this. People need to be very, very careful, especially for men who are easily carried away with women. Maybe he just met this lady, who knows, and they may not have been having an affair. She may have lured him for a business activity. Well, you can never draw conclusions for something like this. If it was a side chick that was known, maybe a long time ago, they've been having their affair, you would come to conclude that, okay, yes, but this was just within a very short period of time. And owing to the fact that the apartment owner was even involved, it creates a lot of alarm and a lot of questioning. May his soul rest in peace. However anybody dies, it's such a pain because the family has lost a loved one. See his wife and his kids over there in Abuja, unknown to them that their father and husband was already dead. But why would someone go to this extent? You've collected money from him, huge amount of money. Why don't you run away, escape, or leave the country or something? Rather than kill him, it is better than even killing this man. You took what you wanted and you still killed him. She had weakened his system, he couldn't do anything, and that's why she was able to stab him multiple times and leave the place. Some people can be really mean. You take the life of your fellow human being, you watch the person die. Don't you feel anything? Don't you feel any kind of fear or shock or pain inside of you? To take someone else's life like this, like you're just killing an insect or something. How people think in their heads and how they plan evil towards their fellow human being, it's very, very alarming. You'll be wondering, you'll be wondering if these people have a heart or a conscience. But I'm glad that she has been arrested, and also alongside the apartment owner, they would all confess and say exactly how this whole thing happened. Because from all indication, something is missing here. It's either this man was just lured to his death, they all planned this attack and ensured that they killed this man and went away with his money. But unfortunately for them, it didn't work as planned. May God console his wife, his kids, his entire family members, friends, well-wishers, and every other person that knew him. It's so painful that this man has gone like this. But at the same time, if he was truly having an affair with this woman, that is, if it was true, cheating on your spouse, it's never the best thing at all. Irrespective of distance, there is no point you cheat on someone you have decided to spend the rest of your life with. And that is where it comes to play, the act of faithfulness. No matter where you are, no matter where your spouse is, always be faithful to them. Distance should not be a barrier to you being faithful to someone you have said, I do. It's different when you are just having a relationship with someone and you're not very sure if the person is going to wait for you, and then you want to move on with your life with another person. That is a different situation. But not when you've committed yourself. Marriage is a commitment. And once you've committed yourself, you're bound to be faithful. It's mandatory you should be faithful. It's not optional if a man or a woman should be faithful to your spouse. I'm sure the truth of this whole thing will definitely come out. Friends, what do you all think regarding this? Are you also looking at it from this angle too? Is it like this man was actually set up and lured to his own death? Or was he truly in a relationship with this lady, with how this whole thing transpired? Also putting the apartment owner involved. Could this be that this man was set up by someone who actually knew him, either a close friend or a close partner? Please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. Once again, may the soul of Michael rest in peace. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.